And I was like, Vulture? I barely know her. Hello.
Get out of your own house.
And welcome to Downright Fierce Gaming. My name is Josh Sensia. With me is...
Tristan Haynes.
And...
Jacob Alexander Plick III.
That's a long-ass name.
Yep. I go all the way, baby.
Go all the way. Go deep with that. So, I killed Chris and Brandon. They're no longer allowed to live.
See, when I made that joke on our podcast, Mike would get really upset.
Died?
Well, they actually died, and then I raised them. I'm a necromancer in my other life, so yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, I swear to God, I heard somebody in a bar talking for like 10 minutes the other day about who they were in another life, and I just had to sit there and just let it happen to my ears because it was just, I can't, like, dude, math, no, you can't. That's not awesome. How science or anything, even just... Anyways, we are a video game podcast, if you didn't realize. We talk about video games. That's what we do every week. And first, we're going to start with the news. Biggest news thing is the trailer for Star Wars Last Jedi was released on Friday with a Christmas release date. Did you guys see the trailer?
Absolutely.
Yes. 100%. How amazing was that?
I posted it on Twitter and Facebook. My reaction was very succinct. The Force Awakens first trailer, made me tear up. The Force Awakens opening crawl made me cry. The Last Jedi trailer made me tear up. Last Jedi opening crawl will make me cry.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it was damn fantastic.
I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm a little bit worried that they're going the exact same story arc, if you will, of the original trilogy. Mm-hmm. And I kind of feel like at the end of this, it's gonna be like with The Last Jedi. Yes, I understand Jedi can be plural. I get that, but I feel like they're just going to kill Luke at the end, and now she's the last Jedi, and it's going to end on like a downer. It's going to end on, this big cliffhanger, and then, the third one will be,
I don't think they'll kill him until the third one.
I think it'd be more like the ideas of abandoning the Jedi, where they are completely devoid of emotion.
Right.
It would be more embracing the Sith, where embrace the hate, but also embrace love.
Or like right in the Gray Jedi. Shout out to Jolie Bindo from Knights of the Old Republic. Like right down the middle.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where they'll end up going with it. But we'll see.
So now that does bring us to a Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer. It leaked early. Apparently you said it was like a half an hour ago or something, like an hour ago.
I think you were saying that.
Yeah.
Well,
but the official release was 2:30.
So I didn't check and make sure and see if it was a different trailer. I just assumed because I saw the original one, the one that leaked.
Right.
And oh my God,
with the chick giving the monologue or whatever.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
Now, they said a while ago that they were going to have a single-player campaign in this one. But damn, like, this looks like... This doesn't even just look like they're just kind of like, okay, it's like Titanfall 2, They just kind of, okay, well, here's a story, and it's all right, it's just going to kind of give you what you were asking for. But this looks amazing, and... we got a couple things from the trailer. One, that Darth Maul's going to be in it.
Yep.
And Yoda's going to fight him.
Great.
Original trilogy style, not just laying there. Although I was listening to a podcast and like, how amazing would that be if it's the original trilogy Yoda? Yeah. And whenever you summon him, or he's like, Yoda has entered the battle, and he's just like laying there, and then he just disappears.
Yep. And then he just dissipates into the ether.
I think they should actually do that, just as like a 1 in like 10 chance of a summon not working.
Nice.
So it's just him as like. And he steals like food or something, and then he just disappears.
He just force haunt people.
And we also caught glimpses of Rey and Kylo Ren as well. And honestly, if they make the game, or they make the game look just a tiny bit better, that's it. I mean, even if it looks exactly the same,
right? Yeah.
That's all they need. You now have an awesome story, and the last game was already amazing. And I am not an advocate for online only games. I don't like them.
That's why I didn't buy it. I played the demo. I liked the demo, and as soon as they said, "Oh no, we're not going to do any single player content," I was out.
Yeah.
See you later. But this looks really good. So
you know what I would have been happy with is if they. Because in the original ones, they didn't really have a story there, but they had that Conquest mode.
Yeah.
Which Conquest mode was all I played. I loved Conquest mode. I don't even mind going up against dumb AI.
Right.
That was kind of the fun of it for me. And then doing the whole taking over the planets and doing that. I kind of just wanted to see that at least. But to give this, amazing story that may or may not tie to it. Is it going to tie to it? I mean, do they have the rights to do that?
I'm sure they do.
Because I know rights are tricky. You can sometimes you can show a character, but you can't really have them do anything.
Right. Well, it's LucasArts that's still doing it, right?
I
forgot who the publisher is, but
no, it's
someone will correct me.
EA.
I'm sure. Is it EA?
Isn't
Which
it?
is
Didn't Dice
I think
make the
owns.
the most recent one?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You're right.
It's somebody,
Well.
but I know, and I don't think it's LucasArts because I think LucasArts shut down.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're absolutely
Pretty
correct
sure,
on
didn't
that.
I?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Good, by the way.
Yeah, right. Right. About damn
Rest
time.
in hell.
Tell us how you really
Anything.
feel.
I hate George Lucas. That's how I really feel. I don't want to get into a whole movie thing, but I really don't like that man. I really don't like that man.
But I think if anything, the trailer was awesome, and they still need to give me a little more because I'm knee deep in crazy amounts of backlog as it is.
Oh, yeah.
So all I will ask is that they don't single player Destiny me. That's all I ask, because Destiny's single player campaign was absolute trash.
Well, it was trash, but it was basically just the multiplayer levels and with
Right.
the little bit of story. But even if it was, even like just say it was, and this
Right.
is all hype for just a very hollow experience.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of bullied them into a campaign, and
Right.
not that many people finish the campaign. Not that many people will play the campaign. They'll
Right.
buy the game just for the multiplayer, which
Right.
is amazing.
Right. Just not for me.
But like we're bullying them into it anyways. I don't feel like they really owe us anything because again, did the original Star Wars Battlefronts have story? I don't think so, right? Like I'm pretty sure not.
Not really. Not really.
Like even the story. Actually, no. Sorry, the second one had a little bit of a story, and it was
Right.
going along the story of either the new trilogy or the original trilogy,
Right.
the Galactic War and the whatever, the Clone War. But it was still just a multiplayer map. That's all it was. It was a multiplayer map, and it's saying, "Here's why you're fighting now," and you can't choose what side. You just have to, because one person has to lose, because that's how it happened historically. In the Star
we gotta
Wars.
buy more time.
Is there any mention of actually being able to get into vehicles? Because the just power-ups thing turned me off on this most recent one.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I liked the ability back in the old games just to be able to like go run and jump into a clone ship and then crash it into somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that's how you're gonna kill Darth Vader anyway if he's
Yeah.
on your map, right?
The one cool thing they did show, I mean, it wasn't game. Well, all this was gameplay footage, but it's not necessarily. When they say it's actual gameplay footage or in-game footage, it's something like that. Basically, that's not how it's necessarily going to look in the game. Like as far as animation and stuff, they could just take the
Just
assets from
rendered in
that.
engine.
Yeah, rendered in engine exactly. But they showed somebody riding a tauntaun.
Right. Yeah.
Which, dude, I mean, Battlefield 1, just take a
Straight
cue
up.
from them, ride in on a tauntaun.
Right.
If you need health, slice it open, hide inside,
Exactly.
add a little stealth to the game,
See, like I
We
think.
need VR with smell-o-vision.
Oh God.
I mean, that technology exists.
We're getting there.
I had this idea a while ago for something that would be kind of like smell-o-vision, except it would add atmosphere to your living room, so it's like a little fog machine that does have a little bit of smell, and it's only pleasant smells. It wouldn't be for bad things. But let's say you're on Dagobah, and it's the whole swamp thing. It can shoot out just a little bit of mist. That way, when you're watching the movie or whatever, there's this kind of damp thing in your living room, and you really feel like you're there. But that's also a really stupid idea that nobody would really want to do.
Cool.
So.
I want mold in my living room for free. Great.
Yeah. Well, no, you have to pay for the mold, actually.
I gotta pay for the privilege.
Nothing's free, not even mold. Moving on, Xbox is testing out a new digital refund service on Xbox One that is similar to the Steam model. Once the service goes live, Xbox One players will be able to return games that are less than 2 weeks old and that they've played for less than 2 hours. Now, this is exactly what Steam does, like to the T.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I didn't know that. In fact, we had an entire podcast where we talked about the ethics of pirating games.
Oh,
and,
sheesh, I wish I was there for that.
And I had a buddy who pirates games, and when he likes them, he buys them. If he doesn't like them, he just stops playing it. So, and then Chris
Slippery slope.
himself said that Steam had this thing, and I didn't know that, so it completely ruled out any argument I had for it. But I'll tell you one thing, because there's really no reason for me as a gamer, as a consumer, to buy an Xbox One.
I am the same way.
I just there's the exclusive content isn't there for me. I have a gaming PC. I don't really need, and I'm definitely not a Scorpio. I don't need that. But for this, I actually
You'd be more willing to kind of.
I mean,
see if they can hook you in.
to be able to to do the whole Steam thing with the power of the Xbox One. that's basically free 2-hour demos for any game.
But you still have to buy the Xbox One.
Well, nothing is free.
See, like, and to your point about the exclusives, because that's what turned me off. I was like, Halo, cool. I played Halo 4, and I didn't think it was very good. So, Gears of War, probably pretty good. Not enough to get me in. Sunset Overdrive looked interesting.
It's apparently amazing, even though it doesn't look.
And what was that?
Mind blowing.
What was that movie like game?
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
That's the one that I really
was really close.
And that one I will not put on my gaming PC because it's not powerful enough to really give it what it deserves.
I see.
But that one made me really close to buying an Xbox One. But again, the exclusive content isn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, what do you think, Tristan? Like, would this? Do you have an Xbox One?
I do not know. I did use the Steam refund for No Man's Sky when it came
out.
Oh,
good for you.
It took me way more than 2 hours to figure out that game was garbage.
Yeah, it did not run well. So
I was and you know, usually I do not miss a call when it comes to a grand slam of a game. I mean, and it's usually an easy call because I'll say like Last of Us. When I saw the 10-minute gameplay of that, I'm like, dude, this is going to be an amazing game and a smash hit. You know, Metal Gear Solid. You know, there were games like that. I've missed 2 calls. One of them was Dead Island. And the reason why I missed that call is because not a lot of people realize that was in development for like 10 years.
Yeah, man.
Really long time. Yep. And the things that they were saying they were going to do with that, they were like, okay, so, you know, when you cut something, you know, you can see the little muscles. Like, everything is made up like a human and veins and everything. I'm like, oh, my God, that's freaking awesome. I want that.
Right.
And then it came out, and I'm like, oh, this is hot garbage.
the best part about Dead Island was that original trailer.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
That trailer was amazing.
It's
one of the best trailers of all time in any medium, period.
And then the other one was No Man's Sky, and, you know, but it's not my fault that they lied.
Right, because I remember I took a step back because I was like, okay, this is getting, like, a lot. There's a lot. Like, they're really, like all over the place with this. I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait. Which is funny because I am a shoot first, ask questions later type of guy when it comes to games. I will buy the shit out of everything. Yeah. So
I think the refund policy is good. It'll be interesting to see if Sony is going to implement this on the PS4.
Ooh, I'm on the first bleep? Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, you got the first bleep. Actually, that is really interesting because they should. You know, I mean, this should be a standard thing. I mean, especially, well, they're kind of moving right now, and I love this. I mean, this isn't necessarily to give people refunds or even to inform a game. Well, I mean, it's more to inform the gamer. The whole demos thing that they're doing now with Dishonored 2, with Mafia 3. That was why I bought Mafia 3, and I'm going to talk about that game later. But I bought Mafia 3 because I played the first act demo, which is like an hour. It's an hour's worth of gameplay.
Right.
And I realized, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually a really fun game. I want to buy this now. So I think you either need to have more of those experiences, which really will sell more people on the game, or allow the return.
Right. Well, here's an interesting caveat on top of that is because, you know, how on top of that, Steam has the early access stuff. So then will Xbox also have the early access stuff? Like, all right, the game's coming out in 2 weeks. We're still doing some patches, but if you want to play the beginning of the game, you can. If you want to give us feedback, you can. Stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what... I know Cliffy B's company has done really well with that stuff. I forgot the name of it. Epic Games, I think. And they came out with some games, and they were able to tweak some stuff, and their games were better for using that early access.
And people love early. I mean, that's the big thing right now is early access. Even though it can mean two things. It can mean we're never going to finish this game. This is a buggy, crappy game that has fun gameplay, so here you go. It's early access.
Shout out to Last Guardian.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then you have games that, you know, like Overwatch had early access, and you know, even Battlefront had early access. In fact, I believe that if you pre-order Battlefront 2, you get early access. No, I'm thinking Destiny 2. That was Destiny 2. I'm sure they're going to do that for Battlefront 2.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
This is actually... wait, hold on. I'm getting news right now. Ubisoft has announced a massive title that is coming to Switch. That's right, boys. This fall, Switch owners will be able to play the worldwide phenomenon Monopoly.
In
Cue air horn.
I'm so in for that.
According to Ubisoft, this version has new rules, and that as they progress, players can also win rewards, unlock new exclusive content, and watch the city prosper in front of their eyes. Dude, it's Monopoly. Chill.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Here's where they messed up. Man, I wanted to throw an F-bomb there so bad. Anyway, what they should have done is they should have done that with Battleship. Because then I am 100% in. Let me see some ships blow up, please.
Yeah. But I mean, still, it's Monopoly. Like, I get trying to pump people up, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel over here.
When did that come out? 18, whatever.
18. I mean, seriously, the next thing you know, there's going to be, like, DLC, like 8 new streets, so 4 new playable characters, including 10.
You can only make it so exciting to pick up a community chest card. Like, I just don't...
Like,
give me a break.
why are they even making an announcement about this? It should just appear on the Switch market and be like, oh, hey, Monopoly.
They should actually sell it for Monopoly money. That's exactly what they should do.
I don't know. Maybe they have early access. There's no information right now. It's just they made an announcement for Monopoly.
But now what they need to do is do a press conference so they can announce Trouble and Sorry and Checkers.
Actually, you know what?
Actually, I would buy
with the new Rumble. with the new Rumble thing, like there's like, oh, you can hear the ice. You can shake it by your hand.
Oh my god!
If you
that press conference was so terrible.
If you could press it down and then feel the little click of the dice of the little bubble for Trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Look, it is like ice. I don't know why I made him Italian, but
well, Mario. I mean, what can you do? It's a me. It's a me, ice.
So there's been rumors of a new Knights of the Old Republic game floating around.
Okay.
People are talking about that. People are excited about that, and people are wrong. Not gonna happen. False. 8 points.
When did 2 come out? Like 2003, something like that.
I probably should have looked that up. Something like that, maybe.
I've only replayed it like 15 times, so
yeah, I have it on my phone. I do.
The times we live in.
It's unfortunate that it is so old that it's hard to go back to.
Yeah.
This is based on a rumor based off of somebody assuming that they were because they still have the property and they knew they were working on a game. They were saying that it's probably Star Wars, and that just spun out of control.
Mm-hmm.
If it does happen, it's not going to be for a long time. BioWare. That's we were trying to figure out earlier who. Yeah, BioWare is working on the company's new IP, and we'll be announcing that at E3. I think it's also a sci-fi game, but it's not. It's not Knights of the Old Republic.
No. But if it is, it's not.
Yeah.
But if it is, I will lose my ever loving mind.
So the final piece of news and our first topic: Nintendo has confirmed that it will no longer produce the NES Mini in North America. In a statement to IGN, Nintendo said throughout April, NOA territories. Which one is that? What's NOA?
Nintendo of America territories.
I
am the man.
Oh.
I know abbreviations
I thought it
better than anyone.
Because I thought it was like North of America. So like Canada?
North of America.
Well, I mean, Canada's still in America. Antarctica?
The North Pole?
North Pole? I don't know. NOA territory, Nintendo of America territories will receive the last shipments of Nintendo Entertainment System NES Classic Edition systems for this year. We encourage anyone interested in obtaining this system to check with retail outlets regarding availability. We understand that it has been difficult for many consumers to find a system, and for that we apologize.
So we're getting rid of it.
We have paid close attention to consumer feedback, and we greatly appreciate the incredible level of consumer interest and support for your product. So I translated this.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of business talk.
A lot of PR.
It's my translation is no more mini NES systems. Get your fat American ass in your oversized car and scream at Walmart for not having any more. Also, we've been listening to your feedback, and we don't give a fuck.
Ding.
23 minutes.
Right.
We
did it.
I don't get it because that's all they said. They said that it's been selling well.
Right.
That people want it.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad.
And Nintendo is well known for and Microsoft is the same way. If something isn't going really, really well, you're never going to know. Well, not even that. You're never going to know the number of units that it sold. We're never going to know how many units it sold.
They're flaunting the Switch numbers right now.
Yeah, because it's killing. Because it's like 900,000 units or whatever. And Zelda sold more units than the Switch has, which is absolute insanity.
Well, I mean, but we also, what else are you going to play? Like we talked about this.
Shovel Knight.
Okay, so you're gonna buy a Switch to play Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I would, because it's that good. If anyone out there hasn't played it, and you have a Switch, well, one, buy a Switch because you need to play Zelda, and you're an idiot if you don't have one. And you should also play Shovel Knight because it's an incredible game.
Okay, but back to the mini thing. It was selling well. It obviously sold more than they expected. What the hell? Why would they pull it?
Right. I think it's because of the Switch. I mean, the Virtual Console is about to come out for the Switch, and they're going to be like, oh, why would you buy the Virtual Console if you can just buy all these games, plus all the Neo Geo games they already have on there?
So it is a big FU. It's exactly an FU.
I think it was to build hype.
It's
I don't
FU
think
and
it
the
was
A.
intended to be like a long-term product. They probably should have mentioned that up front, that, okay, this is going to be a limited run.
Yeah, it's a limited edition collector's item, something like that.
But they control what games go on it, though. So why not just put the games that aren't going to be on Virtual Console, or limit the amount of games? I mean, people are loving this thing. They want more. Everybody's clamoring for an SNES Mini.
Classic, and because I realized how bad I am at video games now, because younger me played the hell out of Ninja Gaiden. Now, I can't get through stage 1.
Oh my god, I never played that one, but
it is hard.
I mean, well, games back then were designed to be difficult, because the whole game, if you had like the Konami code in, it'll take you like half an hour to beat. But they made them difficult because they needed to lengthen the gameplay time. If you beat the game in a half an hour, how much were games back then? Like $80. They were super expensive, so they needed to give players their money's worth.
Right. But I think to your point, though, is because Nintendo which is one of my favorite hashtags of all time, hashtag because Nintendo, people are going to buy the NES Classic, and they're still going to buy Super Mario Brothers on the Switch. They're still going to.
Yeah, because the Classic isn't portable.
Right. 100%. I have it in my bag right
eating
now.
Their market? Like, is the... I mean, I can't think of a business case. That I'm not like trying to poke holes in your, in your reasoning, Tristan.
No.
Like, I think that that's the most logical thing. I'm arguing with that mindset. Like, that's just why. I wasn't gonna buy one because I know what an emulator is.
Right.
That's another point that's contrary to, and that's also a good point. It's how easy these games are to emulate.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just tried to see how much money they could make on this. Sold pretty well, but it's not worth it when they're putting all hands on deck on the Switch.
Yeah. I think in lieu of all this, they should just explain to everybody that you can take your Wii and hack it, soft hack it even. Not even like you don't have to open up anything. Soft hack it and then get all of these games right there on your Wii.
Because I know so many people that were kind of holding out hope that, because they said right away that these are the games and this is it. And then as soon as they announced that it was over, so many of my friends are like, all right, cool, I'm hacking mine now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had like 5 friends do it like literally today.
And you know what I don't get too is, why didn't they add like a little Ethernet port or something like that?
Something, man.
And then make it so you can connect it to the internet, and then you can buy different game packs.
Right.
$5, and you get all these, games. And again, it's not portable, so you have your Switch. It's not eating your market.
Right.
Just sell packs. This is the first DLC I'm for.
But it's also to that point, it's also interesting because so many people, like, I treat my Switch as it's my new 3DS XL. I can't think of the last time since I bought it initially that it's been in the dock. I bring it everywhere with me, and I play it. I play Zelda mostly on the go, and I play Persona 5 when I get home. And then it's literally just in the dock to charge most of the time, or I'm using my battery pack to charge.
How long have you found your battery lasting?
Like 3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. We talked about like that in the first episode. Yeah. I don't think that's. I mean, I don't know. We already talked about that.
But that's also why and what's really interesting is the big battery pack that I have. The Amazon, in the Amazon description, they updated after the Switch came out. The first line is Switch compatible battery pack. Won't burn out your Switch. And I was like, perfect. And so now it doesn't really matter. So I just plug it in and it's fine. And so I'm still on the go.
All right. So our next talking point is going to be something that it just kind of hit me the other day. I was always an advocate for playing for playing a game and not really looking to review scores as an ultimate, deciding factor. One of my favorite games is Earth Defense Force, and it doesn't get that good of reviews because it's not that great of a game, but it's one of my favorite games, and it's a lot of fun. Have you guys played?
I've seen it.
Negative. I've heard of it, but I don't know.
It's awesome. About it. I love it. It's good to me. It's good to me. So
it's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah. So I
had to pull a Chris for me.
So, but I found myself still only playing AAA titles. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn. I bought the Tomb Raider game. I bought, that's kind of the game. Final Fantasy. So I've been sticking with the 9s and 10s and maybe a couple 8s.
Right.
But if it's below 8, I've been doing what the internet does and saying that a 7 is a bad game, even though, the reviewers will say 7 is good. It's just good. But
people still look at it and they go, that's a D-. That's a D in school.
Yeah. So Mafia 3, they released the hour demo, like I was saying, and I played it, and I'm like, you know what? I get it. Like, this is not the best game, but I really enjoy it. Like, have you guys played that one yet?
Mafia, no. I need to.
Not, no.
It's
fun.
one of those ones that kind of fell between two games, and it's like I'll get to it, and it's just in the ether of my backlog.
I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. This is gonna sound really sick, but I kind of like it how you can shoot somebody, and then sometimes they won't be dead, and they're just kind of rolling around the ground like, oh god, oh. And again, I know that sounds sick, but at the same time, when you get done with this big gunfight and you barely made it out and you're just walking slowly towards the objective and you're just seeing all these people on the ground like, oh, I'm dying, and then you just walk up and double tap.
So it's like the opposite of cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, I look right into it. Right. And I know that, again, that sounds sick, but I'm getting to play out movie tropes,
right.
Right. So what I wanted to talk about is how do you guys I'm sure we're all on the same page that 6s and 7s should get played.
Yeah, sure.
But do you find yourselves still kind of staying away from it, even though you can, say we should be playing it? Do you find yourselves going, oh, well, I still got to play Horizon Zero Dawn. I have to get that one out, so I'm going to play Horizon Zero Dawn before I play Mafia.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing Mafia before I'm playing Persona 5.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm passing up a 9 or 10 for a 6.
Right. Persona's a 10, by the way.
Yeah,
it's a 10. Yeah.
I just looked it up because I wanted to be sure I was right. Because Mass Effect Andromeda currently has a 70 on Metacritic right now, and guess what? That game is awesome.
I didn't like it.
I really
that game is awesome.
I didn't like it.
Now, I know that my opinion is a little jaded because of the fact that I am such a huge Mass Effect fan.
Same.
Garrus Vakarian is the best party member in any RPG of all time. Anyone else that thinks otherwise can fight me. We're live, baby. We can fight right now, dog.
Give me a second. Continue, but
sure.
I'm trying to think of a better.
So, and the thing is
dog meat.
Dog meat's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
That's not fair because
it's two different.
I like
it's apples and
Dags.
oranges.
I like Dags.
Dags. Ooh, Rex is good too. Rex is my dude. But a lot of people he didn't survive Mass Effect 1, a lot of people's playthroughs because they suck at this game. So the thing about it is that it's new and it feels so fresh, and I'm so glad we had some time because I actually liked Mass Effect 3 a lot. Didn't have a problem with the ending. Yeah, you can talk about the multicolors and stuff like that. And people are bitching about the they need to change the ending. I'm like, it's their game. They get to tell their story. You just play it. So
I didn't like the fact that you had to play multiplayer to get a good ending.
To get a better ending. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that was a misstep too. But what's really interesting is the storytelling is really good. It goes in a different direction than I expected, and most importantly, it still feels like Mass Effect. And it is great. I'm having a really good time.
The banging is pretty good too.
Well, bang, okay. So, and I think what's really weird is sure, the facial animations sometimes take me out of it, but then I see the overwhelming scale of this universe, and then I'm right back in. So it's weird that she's doing this, but and they fixed up a bunch of stuff. I think that people that are passing on it, because going back to your point about the 6s and 7s, people will log into a website, they scroll all the way down to the end, they see the score, and they click off. read the 2-page article of why they gave it that.
Or watch the video.
How can you get how can you get any context off of that? So that's the initial problem, is people are just being, all right, cool. I know so many people that are skipping the game for that.
Well, see, I redboxed it, I wanted to go into it. That was a good call. I really wanted to go into it and be like, oh my god, I was wrong, because I was crapping on it. I hadn't played it, but I saw all the reviews and I saw all the issues, so I was crapping on this game. I wanted to come on the next episode and be like, you guys, no, Mass Effect's good. They made Mass Effect great again.
Yeah.
Every episode we've been doing that.
Oh, of course you have.
That's from Mark. Anyway,
shout out to Mark.
So Mark I wanted to do that, and I'm playing this game, and I'm just like, I'm not having fun. Now the story was dope. Story was dope, but I wasn't having fun playing it. The combat, I just
like the changes?
It wasn't pulling me in at all.
The combat to me was some of the best that it's been in the game.
Agreed.
I played as Vanguard, so
Vanguard,
just biotic charging people.
Come here.
Yeah.
Nice job.
What it really makes me excited for is if they make a second one in this trilogy, or however many.
No, I think they say that they're not that this is a one-off.
I think
they're gonna Rogue One.
I swore that this was going to be the start of a new trilogy. I swore it was.
I mean, maybe. Well, no, they definitely said that they're not planning on making this a trilogy.
Fair enough.
I think that they're going to Rogue One it. I think especially with all the criticism, they're going to say, okay, this is kind of like a Rogue One thing. We're bringing Mass Effect back, but, it's going to be a different story, and now this one's going to be a trilogy, and, they pan out the entire story for all that, because if they weren't planning on it, then it's really hard to develop a story when you were already kind of just planning on closing it with that one.
Well, they didn't close it. I've beaten it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no, it left a lot of questions. It was pretty interesting. It was one of the most interesting parts of it, was thinking on where they can go from here. So
and on top of the fact that from a story perspective, liars. I didn't realize until about a few hours in that I was like, oh wait, these ships left between, if I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, between the events of 1 and 2.
I think it's 2 and 3.
2 and 3, was it 2 and 3? Mm-hmm. So they don't even know, like. And it's spoilers for Mass Effect 3, but give me a break. They don't even know the end of that. Not listening. They don't even know the ending of 3 or the end of the Reaper War or anything like that. When they awake, which I think is super awesome, because they're like, all right. Because can you imagine they wake and there's nobody here. It's pretty cool.
That was one thing that disappointed me about Andromeda, was that they didn't really touch on that. These are people that have been asleep for 600 years.
Right.
Pretty much everyone they know, unless they're one of the alien races, is dead.
Yeah, sure.
So,
now, is it definitely 600 years, or is it a weird space thing, because things can be 600? I'm not saying light years, but I'm saying that they're 600 years away. So if you look at if you have some mega powered telescope and you're looking at a planet that is 600 light years away, then actually yes, then that is 600 years. You're looking at it in the past from the time slice that is happening right now. So is it they're just 600 light years away? They're 600
I'm pretty sure it is actually 600.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like from what I've played so far.
I mean, the Andromeda galaxy is massive.
So, wait, I just realized though, wasn't and Mass Effect the what was the bad guys? Bad guys were
Reapers.
The Reapers. The Reapers were going to destroy the universe, everything, right?
Right.
They were going to cleanse life. A lot of people think it was kind of an abandoned storyline where humans and everyone were harnessing dark matter, which is not really a threat to us because we don't live that long. But the Reapers live thousands and thousands of years.
Right.
So it's kind of like a global warming thing where we don't, people right now don't really care because it's not going to affect them. They'll be dead. Right. And so it was an existential threat to the Reapers, but to these races, they're like, oh, well, we'll save that for our later generations to solve that problem.
But here's the thing. If they were going to destroy everything, and these people knew about that when they were going into sleep and 600 years later, wouldn't they kind of realize and wake up and be like, hey, the universe is still here.
Right.
We're not dead. I guess we won, guys.
Right.
Nobody brought that up.
Or you would even and maybe they touch on this, maybe they don't, but just based off of one of my first things is wouldn't there be a time you would think there'd be some sort of recording of this is what happened while you were asleep?
Oh.
They don't really have any communication that I know of.
Yeah.
They don't have like BuzzFeed.
No.
Top 10
Would you want
things-
BuzzFeed?
Top 10 things that happened while you were asleep for 600 years. You won't believe what number 3 happened. Number 3.
That is awesome. Well said.
What happened to the spider people?
What happened to these crustaceans? I don't understand.
What were the names again? What was it?
Crawfish.
The crawfish people that you like exterminated or you don't. I didn't, but
Yeah, that was the
Right.
Arachne.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember those guys.
did you save the? Oh my god, it's been so long.
I saved the
light
Arachne Queen.
Geth.
I saved the Geth. Yes.
Save the Geth.
Yes. I think that was the right move. You did not,
So
I guess.
wrong. No, I didn't, and I'll tell you why. Is because this is like, okay, let's say that you had a camp of Nazis that were frozen in time,
Right.
and it turned out that the Nazis were brainwashed. And then you brought them forward, and then like everyone's like, oh, okay, well, we got these Nazis. Turns out they're brainwashed, but we unbrainwashed them, and we're just gonna kind of give them regular jobs now. Yeah, but
They're a little weird.
It's a little awkward. It's a little awkward. You know, yes,
glad you're
everybody
not
has the
trying to
right to
kill me?
life, but
Have you
let's just not unfreeze them.
I'd walk up to them like, have you seen Kyle?
Yeah, let's
It's
just.
about yay tall.
I'm gonna have to say no to the Nazis, and that's how I viewed the Geth. The Geth were like Nazis, and they had to die, even if they're brainwashed. I'm sorry. In this political climate, no. In this Mass Effect political climate,
Donald
no.
Trump would kill the Geth.
Oh no, I meant
Sorry, Mark.
specifically in the game. No, I'm not talking about it. And the viewers just dropped.
I know, right? Anyway, 6 to 7s, right?
Yeah.
But what I think is really interesting though is that I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think that's really the overarching point is, and it also goes back to the early access stuff. You should find someone that you trust, whether it be a pundit or a friend of mine or a friend of yours, whatever. That okay, but you long form content, listen to them, and like this is what I didn't like, this is what I liked. Because you won't know based off of a number if you think this game is good. Because also, and I think the other problem is that people are taking these numbers as fact instead of one person's opinion. Mm-hmm. It's not IGN's opinion necessarily that it's a 7.5 game. It's so and so that reviewed
there.
the game,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. And so it's not IGN or Polygon or Kotaku or whatever. It's this one person that spent hours and hours and hours playing this game and then hours writing this for you, so you should take all of that.
But
or
even if
podcasts or
everybody says, like, if you asked me to give Mafia 3 a rating, yeah, 6 to 7, not that great. But so even if the consensus is all the same, hey, this game is not great, it's just good. I think that it's a lot. Again, it's a lot harder to, and it's more of a gamble too. Because why isn't it good? Is it something that you can forgive? I like early access games, so I'm okay when something's buggy. I really don't mind.
right, because you haven't paid for it yet.
You know, I'm going to try to practice what I preach and play a couple more games that are 6s and 7s because I don't want to miss out on something that would be great.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think some of this whole mindset comes from only being willing to use like 5 points out of a 10-point scale. You never see anything getting scored below a 5 or a 6. And to anyone, that's considered garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Then why have 10 points?
I even go one step further. Get rid of the numbers altogether. Get rid of the A's.
They've been
altogether.
talking about that, but at
Yeah.
the same time, too, I still kind of like it because,
I do too.
you know, I mean, it prepares you.
But it's
when is
fixed,
it really
though.
wrong? I mean, look at the numbers Zelda got. Look at the numbers that Horizon Zero Dawn got.
Yeah.
You know, when you have great games like that, it is good to know 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. This game is amazing.
Right.
You know, it's just, it gets tricky with I think they should do away with the numbers for games that are like 7s and below.
Your mama's may vary.
between 7 and 5. Or no, like, yeah, between 7 and 5. So a game can get a 2 or a 4. And then in the middle is like, you know what?
I've seen a
We're
0.5
just not
happen.
gonna.
It
we're
has
just-
happened.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
what's a 0? Is it just not a game?
I mean, you turn it on and just nothing happens.
right. It just bricks and then you're done.
You know, what was it? Oh man, now I forgot their name. They gave Coast Recon Wildlands a 2
Oh wow!
out of 10.
Holy crap! Really?
I can't remember.
So like Destructoid or something.
Destructoid. That's it.
Okay.
Destructoid.
Okay.
They gave that a 2 out of 10, and I don't know why I brought that up. I just...
Well, that's what's funny is like on the opposite side of the spectrum, like IGN, well, he doesn't work there anymore. It's kind of funny now. Greg Miller gave, I think, Uncharted 3 a 10 out of 10, and everyone was like, "It should be an 8.5. It's not a 10 out of 10. What are you talking about?" It's like
it should be a 9.97.
Ways, right? Exactly. You can't have it both ways. So if he thinks it's a 10, great. He thinks it's a 10.
I thought it was a 10. I loved it.
It's a great game.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to viewer questions. We have none. But if you're in the chat and you want to ask us a question, we can answer it. You could also, if you're listening to the audio, you can send your questions to facebook.com/downrightfiercegaming or hit us up on Twitter that we're never really on because nobody follows us on Twitter at DRF Podcast.
I'm your second follower on Twitter.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
I did it.
Actually,
Reddit.
it might be our first.
Nope, I was second.
Oh, you just
I did it on my way.
So you're giving me more work now. Now I actually have to produce content for the... Dang it. All right. I can say
I do what I can.
But the question is now, what are we playing? I guess we actually kind of talked a lot about that. I'm playing Mafia 3. Really enjoying that. I finished Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I said that last episode. Maybe not. I don't know. I really like the ending. Yeah, I think it's a dope ending. I really like it. It is... obviously, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's... You know, it's good. It's a good ending. And it's... Because you from the very beginning... You know that there's a big question, you know, what's behind the door.
Right.
And I'm satisfied with the answer.
Cool. And you also knew that this is a really important they were planning on this being a huge IP for them.
And it's gonna.
It's gonna.
I want to fly around on freaking machines on Horizon 2.
Soon, that JPEG.
Isn't that also the engine that they're building Death Stranding on?
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
So
I did not know that.
I think that was my my crazy E3 prediction because I wanted everybody to make one insane E3, and mine was that we're gonna see gameplay footage of Death Stranding.
For this coming up E3? Oh no, those last
one. No, this coming one right
now.
Oh
really?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like it's not
I might be going. I will let you know.
Awesome, very cool. What are you playing?
Well, I have a problem. I have 5 games that I want to play at the same time. I have Breath of the Wild, I have Persona 5, I have Tales of Hysteria, which is a JRPG that's really awesome. I have Horizon, and one I can't remember. So clearly I have a problem. But Persona 5 is absolutely what I'm playing right now. It might be, at the very least, the best Japanese RPG of the last, say, decade. It is fantastic. It is one of the most polished games I've ever played. It is brilliant.
Wow.
It's brilliant.
How far in are you?
I'm about 24 hours in so far. Okay. So it's Persona, so literally nothing.
I just finished the first Palace yesterday.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wrapped up number 2. Okay. What'd you think about that without spoiling anything, what'd you think about that boss battle? Pretty badass, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Like, I don't want to spoil anything because it's one of those games where, like, you really want to try to go in blind because you really have no idea what to expect, and it gets so dark. And you're like, but I'm a high school student, but like, go ahead and write this down. Shit got real, dog.
Very cool. I like turtles. I have nothing to contribute. I don't know what. Persona 5. Great. I've never played one. I have no idea. But I
want to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade.
Oh. Well, the camera can't show it, and the audio listeners wouldn't be able to see it anyways, but I have that on my arcade cabinet.
It's over there, but you don't know that.
Tristan, what do you play?
We do.
I'm splitting my time across Persona as well as Overwatch. Persona, that is one of the most stylish games that I've ever played.
I heard that, yeah.
It is just dripping with style.
Menus, are you serious?
It's the best UI that I've ever seen.
Wow. I think you're right.
And even just the transitions, like load screens, they're so fluid, and like the way that they use the character art, it's
they thought of everything.
Yeah, it is the definition of polish. Whereas something like Mass Effect Andromeda,
the
was
absolute opposite side.
Yeah. And then I got back into Overwatch again recently. Just been grinding away at that. They just had the new PvE update. It's called Uprising, where it's kind of telling some of the backstory, the lore. It's kind of enjoyable, but come with some new skins, things like that. Yeah.
Very cool.
I picked up Overwatch and I played it for a total of 10 minutes. I did and it's all on me. I'm sure it's a great game. It won Game of the Year for nearly every publication. So I know it's my fault. But I remember I did the tutorial, And then I played the dude that essentially looks like Captain America, so I kept calling him Captain America, and I was like, that's boring. And then I was like, let me try Sword Guy, which apparently is like one of the hardest people to use, Genji. And I was like, yeah, I suck. All right, cool, I'm out. Thanks for that $60.
Yeah, I'm always terrified of that, especially, online only games. I don't want to be the guy who sucks.
Just hop into Quick Play. The game does a really good job of not showing how poorly you're performing. I'm
so you might not even know.
Yeah, save that for Discord chats.
It does not have a scoreboard where it highlights, oh, this guy has 12 deaths. The only thing it highlights is it has cards at the end that people can vote on where someone did something well. So person has the most healing. Only you can see like your deaths, your accuracy, things like that.
Interesting.
So, but then again,
play
I don't
the game
know
or whatever.
How bad I am.
Well, you don't have to look at it.
It gives you that option, I guess.
I mean, I'm awful at the game, but
you like it a lot.
Yeah,
clearly.
Like, as far as rank go, I'm like high silver, like edging towards gold, kind of
okay.
every couple days. So.
You like it enough to where you can actually take your mind off of Persona 5.
Yes.
Like, I feel so bad for Zelda right now because I love Zelda so much, but oh my god,
he's
Persona
doing
5.
He's doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Link is doing fine.
Link's doing fine, to be fair. Yes.
All right. Now we're going to move on to video game 20 questions. They're going to ask 20 yes or no questions. I'm going to answer yes or no. Or sometimes. That's a new one I have to add to that because sometimes is sometimes an answer. Sometimes.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask us. We're going to ask you.
No, you're going to ask me. I have a video game in mind. You got to ask yes or no questions to figure out what it is.
Oh.
And whenever you...
Okay.
I prepped you on this.
Yes, I know.
I gave you advice.
Yes, my brain works in weird ways.
All right, it's all good. So whenever you guys are ready to start, it's not a turn-based thing. It's just whenever you think of a question, I just recommend coming to consensus on questions
because
before
we have 20.
Yeah,
All right, let's see. So,
you want to start with genre or decade?
Did it come out? Yeah, let's go with years here. Did it come out between the years of, let's say, 2000 to 2000 to now?
Yes.
Okay.
That is one. Good job.
I did it. Reddit. Someone upvote me. So let's see. So it came out sometime near now.
Is it an exclusive?
Yes.
Now, when we say exclusive, do you count PC as part of an exclusive?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Wait, hold on. No, are you saying if it came out for a console,
and PC, that's exclusive?
No, that's not exclusive.
Okay.
That would be multi.
Did it come out in current gen systems?
No.
Okay.
That's 3.
Was it a new IP?
Ooh, good question.
That is a really good question. Yes.
At the time, I guess, right?
I think Brian's high score might get beat. These guys are really good at 20 questions.
We're kind of a big deal. Okay, so that really sandwiches it between.
All right, so it was a new IP when
Right.
it came out. It was released after January 1st, 2000.
In the year 2000. Let's see.
I mean, maybe genre or type of game it is.
Let's see.
Gameplay mechanics, if you will.
Was there a sequel?
Yes. Damn, that's some really good questions. And watch, they don't get it.
Right, and then we run out. We just off the cliff. Let's see.
I think at one point we're just going to have to ask a console.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Did it come out for an Xbox or Microsoft console?
No.
Okay.
Well...
Or is this a sometimes?
Hold on. I just realized something. I need you to oh my god, this is going to give away too much. I need you to rephrase the question.
Because Windows is a Microsoft product.
No. I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. I need you to rephrase the question. Be more specific, if you will.
Did it come out for a Xbox console?
It's literally the same. Okay.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna raise it for you.
Okay.
This is gonna give away too much. Though. I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I just can't answer it.
Okay.
Without giving away too much.
Is that a wash? Should we just throw
Yeah,
that
that's
question
fine.
out?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're still on 5.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's see.
Man, it would give away so much, and I gotta shut up right now. I need to shut my beautiful mouth.
Yeah, but you're Josh. You don't shut up.
That's true.
Why we're all here, because we don't shut up either.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Great.
Is it an RPG?
No.
Okay.
Definitive no.
Definitive no. All right.
You know, I gotta say, even though you guys are really great with the questions, your silence game is on fleek.
Dude.
Is that what the kids say? On fleek.
Man. Yeah.
Oh.
Riveting content. As the
Yeah.
kids say.
Yeah.
Riveting content. I should.
They do say that.
They say on fleek. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Our executive producer has confirmed that yes, in fact, the kids do say that that something can be on fleek.
Yes.
He wouldn't answer Xbox. Do you want to go PlayStation?
At least to rule
I
it
guess.
out, I guess. Go for it.
Did it come out for a PlayStation console?
Nope.
Okay.
I had to like say,
we
I'm
just
like,
burned the question.
you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to confirm.
Yeah.
You know. That's where it gets interesting, because it becomes really hard to narrow down without burning a lot of questions, especially genre related.
I would. I mean, if I'm just only helping because what like Brandon and Chris do, I would narrow down generation of console, because you now know that it was not this current generation of console.
Right. Did it come out for the Xbox 360?
I mean, okay, well, next, no.
The most panicked no ever. Like, gun to your head. No, sir, no.
It took me a second. I'll explain later. Explain later.
After
No.
Okay.
Answer is no.
Okay. So
Not an RPG. Did not come out on
No
Xbox
PlayStation.
360. Not on PlayStation. Did not come out for
Almost
Xbox
every
360.
game we've done has had some kind of twist.
I see.
And
I see.
that's
I see.
there's a twist. I need to shut up.
What a twist! Man, that is really, really tough. Okay, let's see. I want to look at game facts so bad right now.
Yeah. It's like trivia. Everybody just automatically is like, I have to look up the answer.
I
don't like not knowing the answer.
Yeah, I'm a knowledge junkie. I hate not knowing things.
is it a first-person shooter?
Yup.
Okay.
Nailed it. Okay.
There it is.
Shooter.
Okay, so you know it's a
first-person shooter, new IP,
Not 360.
not 360.
has a sequel.
See, like,
Is it science fiction?
Yep.
great question.
I think. I'm
Oh my
getting
god.
closer.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold
I have an
on.
idea too, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. You're at 10 questions right now.
Man.
You're at 10
I
questions.
lose
Can
if I
you
guess
beat? No, yeah, you can't just guess it, but
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I
last-
had one in mind, but I don't think it's the
last
right one.
last week, Chris asked if you play as a superhero, and the whole thing
That's
is
a good
you shouldn't ask if like you shouldn't just guess like, oh, is it Batman Arkham Asylum?
Right.
He's like, oh, do you run around in an asylum?
Yeah.
That kind of
okay.
definitive,
To
like
kinda
you
ding, ding,
definitely
ding, ding,
know
ding.
now.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so
It's a
FPS.
first-person shooter. Does it
New IP.
feature vehicles that are named after animals?
No.
Okay. So that's
I
not
thought
Halo.
you had it.
By Halo.
I thought you had it.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
That's okay. That's not a first-person shooter.
That was a good. That was a specific question, but that was a clever way of
IP.
wording that.
New IP.
Does Beyonce
with
have a
360.
song that features the title of this game?
Let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Now, if we have a viewer that wants to throw in a question, if it's good, then you guys can you can take one of their questions, and I will pick the best one.
Yeah.
We haven't had anyone with a good enough question on the chat yet.
Audience hashtag get good.
So, maybe this is the game. Maybe this is the one.
New IP, first-person shooter.
Yeah. I'm stealing your pen.
Okay.
I want to write this down.
What are you writing down?
Well, I want to write down like all
information?
the info.
Oh, I got
So
you. Okay.
new IP,
All right, so let's narrow down.
not Xbox.
I mean, it's sci-fi, first-person shooter.
Sci-fi. Yep.
Yeah.
It came out
FPS.
after 2000.
Came out. After
Not on a 360.
2000.
New IP has a sequel,
Oh, and it's exclusive, correct? Or
and it was
yes.
it was exclusive.
exclusive to air quotes console.
Yeah.
Oh, the executive producer was incorrect.
Well,
It might not be.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's see. So sci-fi, FPS. All the ones I'm thinking of came out on.
I mean that's a
PlayStation.
lot. I mean,
It's a lot of data there.
It's
It's a lot of data.
without giving away too much. Actually, this doesn't give away anything. If you ask one really good question, you can really narrow
really
it
nail it?
down like a lot.
FPS.
And it's actually a common question, I would say. No, I'm gonna shut up. Jeez. I'm trying
I mean,
You know what? They got a lot of help too. Brian got a lot of help when he broke the high score.
Oh, really?
13 questions.
13 is the high score?
Yeah.
That's not too shabby.
We're on
The
11.
only reason I'm not saying anything right now is because I don't want you to break.
So 11 questions in.
Okay. Man, I don't want to burn one.
Silence.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Sci-fi FPS exclusive.
I just wanted to ask one more so that it can be a tie.
Yeah.
This is why we're hesitating.
yeah, we gotta make it a good one.
I know,
All
right?
right. Come on, guys.
Yes.
We're also running out of time.
Oh, after
so
that. Yeah.
I would ask a silly question that might help you out.
All right. Is the exclusive console the original Xbox?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's 12.
Yeah.
So
we
you'd
did it.
either have to
You have to nail it
you'd have to
Guess
nail
it,
it
yeah.
right now to.
to tie.
Well, the guessing the game doesn't count as a question. I know
Gotcha.
GameScoop does that, but I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
I
You
don't-
want,
I
you want
don't
a
like
little
that.
a little different.
That's basically 19 questions.
yeah, so we got
All right, not Xbox, not Xbox 360.
So does that narrow it to PC? Because he said no to PlayStation.
Not necessarily.
Oh, I guess we're completely forgetting Nintendo.
Did it come out on a Sega console?
Nope.
Okay, so then can I say what I think it is?
No,
Just-
bro.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
So not a Sega.
Actually, no. Here, you can ask a question, and if they like it, then I'm talking to our producer right now. If you like,
Okay,
if they,
because I have an idea for what it is, so if I'm wrong because I don't know some info, then just discard it. I would ask, is there an alien named after a musician in it?
Oh wow.
what game is that?
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark had a sequel on the 360. Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh, okay.
That was the first thing I thought of, which is why I asked for 360.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, but your question was, and I'm not saying it's that game, but I'm saying that your question was, did it come out for, 360?
Oh yeah, good point.
That's why when he
It was a new
hesitating
IP
and
after
said
2000.
no about that, that's the immediate one that I thought of
Wasn't Perfect Dark a third person?
No, it was first.
No, it was first
Yeah.
person.
because it's the spiritual successor to GoldenEye.
Yeah.
No, I'll take that question.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Well, and then
The Perfect Dark.
yes, it's Perfect Dark.
It's so funny because I
Wow.
absolutely I had it 3 questions ago. Then
So here's the thing. First of all, I'll go over the info. It was released May 22nd, 2000.
oh my god, I was so
for
close.
the N64.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah, nice.
It was developed by Rare. First-person shooter, Perfect Dark. Now here's the thing. Rare Replay.
That game was so awesome.
Rare Replay came out, so it was re-released for Xbox One.
Oh,
So if you say,
touche.
did this game come out on a Microsoft console? Well, it did,
It
kind
did.
of, because
That's
it
a
was
sometimes.
re-released, and it wasn't even remastered, it was re-released.
I think I
So-
would have just said yes in that one, in that regard.
I
But
didn't want to throw
get
you
your
off.
point.
I didn't want to
Yeah,
throw
that
you
would've
off.
completely
That
threw
would
me
have.
off.
I mean, if you would have been focusing on, and the one question I was saying that would really help you would be, did it come out for Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
Which how many sci-fi shooters are on N64?
That I actually even
know?
considered narrowing down the scope of the years too, because I had Perfect Dark in my mind forever ago. So good
Yeah.
call out.
Is that? And then you? Oh no, you asked sci-fi, but you were thinking.
that's
Halo.
what that's
I was
yeah.
thinking Halo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the second he said sci-fi, I'm like, oh, he's got it. Oh, he's got it.
We were circling the drain like a turd. Circling.
All right, guys, that does it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We stream every week. Sometimes, some days, we figure it out really during the week. Sometimes
not a yes or
it's
no
like
question.
on a Thursday or on like a Saturday. Today's a Saturday. But we release every episode on Monday, the audio portion. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean. We're trying to get on Stitcher, pretty much anything. Just do a
really
search. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/downrightfiercegaming. You can follow us on Twitter at DRF Podcast, where I now have to start tweeting, which I'm still learning how to do.
You're welcome.
And then occasionally we stream on twitch.tv/DRF Podcast, where we play video games. Now, the biggest thing is Patreon. We want your money, please. Can we have some of your money? We'll give you stuff for it. We will. If you back us on patreon.com/downrightfierce, $2 a month gets you all the videos that we make. We release, the last one was Chris, myself, our buddy Leo, and Brandon playing Resident Evil: The Kitchen in VR.
Oh, that's right. I need to see that. Chris was telling me about that.
It's really, really good. So we try to produce a lot of content to make it really worth your $2. And every dollar gets like better stuff, better green screens, better lights, better mics, better everything. So please, we need your money. And also,
you can only be in Japan for so long.
That's true. And also, it gets you a thank you at the end of the show. So we would like to thank Mark Mayfield. Thank you, Mark Mayfield. And Jeff Knight.
Yeah,
thank you, Jeff Knight. And we would also like to thank our executive producers, Brian Kaminsky in the corner right over there, and Andrew Kirkendall.
That face kicker sexy bitch?
Face kicker sexy bitch. And bitch is fine. I'm going to leave bitch in there because you know what? Meredith Brooks made it okay.
Thanks, Meredith.
No, seriously. Think about it. Back in those days, they would bleep out bitch, and then Meredith Brooks came out with that song, and they didn't. And then after that, now they say bitch in songs.
Exactly.
Thank you, Meredith Brooks.
You're the bomb.com.
But that does it for us. Go call your mother.
Yeah.
Right
Bye-bye.
now. Bye.